And Palestinian solidarity protesters have gathered outside the White House in Washington, D.C. Thousands are demanding an immediate ceasefire and an end to the siege of Gaza. Protesters plan to hold a 2-mile-long red banner to represent what they are calling the People's Red Line. Heidi Zhou-Castro joins me now live from the protest site in Washington, D.C. Take us with you, Heidi. What's going on around you?
Layla, there's so much going on around me. I'm surrounded by a few thousand protesters who are from here in Washington as well as from across the country. They've been planning to come here today to unfurl this symbolic red line that is now surrounding the White House. It actually stretches some 3+ kilometers, and you can see the people wearing red as well in symbolism of the red line that they say that President Joe Biden of the United States has put repeatedly on Israel not to invade Rafah, not to incur more civilian losses among Palestinians. And yet they say again and again that red line has been allowed to be crossed. And I actually want to bring one of our guests. This is Sammy. Very nice to meet you, Sammy Al-Kaifi. You came from New York City, third time here protesting. Why continue when so far Joe Biden has not budged on this?
We can't stop. We got to just keep coming out till they stop the war on Gaza. There's no way to stop. We just got to keep doing what we're doing every day.
Describe what's happening here today, what you hope to be communicating to the White House behind us.
For him to stop the war. That's what we're here for. ASAP, as soon as possible.
Yeah, you've seen the images we all have of the suffering. How does that impact you personally?
Listen, I got my own kids. I can't describe the feeling, you know, having to lose somebody from your family. That's all I can say. It's hard. It's hard. I'm sorry for it.
Not at all.
It's just you're feeling your emotions. You can't hold it sometimes, you know. So.
I've seen this, a lot of emotion coming not just from you, but from so many protesters, and particularly just today, reports of now 200+ civilians killed in Gaza. And yet President Biden, when speaking on this earlier in the day, he congratulated Israel for its successful, he said, operation in getting back those captives. He didn't mention the loss of life in Gaza. How do you respond to that?
President Biden don't want to look bad in the face of Israel. You understand? He can't, because they fundraise his elections. You know, they provide funds for him to go out and people to vote for him. At the same time, I don't think these young generation out here will vote for him. My vote would not be for him for sure.
What do you want him to do specifically? You said you want him to stop the war. What can the U.S. do?
U.S. is the one that gave Israel the green light to go in Gaza. So they have the power to do the same thing and stop the war if they really want to. You understand? But they just, I guess, it's a game that they playing. You know, they blaming each other. You know, America say, okay, stop the war. Then Israel still continues the war. So it's like they're doing the opposite of what he says. But behind closed door, I think they're all on the same page.
You said you brought your wife and your children here today. This is a moment, a pivotal moment in history. What do you hope they take away from this?
Listen, I mean, I brought my kids to see what life is all about and the struggle that everybody got to go through every day. You know, and this is reality. You know, it's not Hollywood. This is real thing that's happening right now in the world. You know, where children are dying, and they need to see that. You know, they probably not see it here in America, but outside America, it's really it happens all the time. It happens all the time, all over the world.
And to not look away. Thank you so much. And there you have it. This is the same sentiment that I've been hearing over and over again, not only from Sammy, but also from younger voters, from older voters, from all walks of life, all trying to communicate this message to the Joe Biden White House that the U.S. must be more forceful in having Israel stop its genocide in Gaza.
Heidi, a very emotive issue there. Thank you so much for bringing us that. I greatly appreciate it.